I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home.
I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
And we welcome you to R.A. Faginal Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College as we bring you Blue Jay basketball. Tonight, the Elmhurst College Blue Jays entertain the Pioneers of Carroll University. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. We are delighted that you're logged on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. So glad to have you with us. Elmhurst comes in with an overall mark of 19-5, 10-5. in the CCIW. Meanwhile, Carroll 11-12 overall, 4-10 in the CCIW. Starting lineups being introduced now, and for the introductions to the Blue Jays starting lineup, let's go to the public address announcer. Here is Mr. Bruce Hill.
And now, the starting lineup for your
So there you have the familiar five for head coach John Baines, all juniors except for Derek Dotlich. He is the lone senior in the starting lineup for the Blue Jays. Nick Perry, Levon Thomas, Jay Militello, Jake Rohde back in the starting lineup, all juniors. For Carroll and head coach Paul Combs, he sends out two juniors, I should say, and three seniors. Charlie Soule, Cale Maupin, David Anillis are the three seniors. The two juniors, Ryan Clary and Taryn Hall. Carroll averaging 69 points per game. The Blue Jays averaging 84 points per game. Final game of the regular season for the Blue Jays. Meanwhile, the Pioneers have one more game after tonight. It will be Saturday when they host Milliken. 4 o'clock is the start of that ball game. Opening tip controlled by the Blue Jays, and we are off and running here in Elmhurst. Blue Jays ranked number 23 in the nation among Division III schools. Jake Rohde with the basketball. He sat out Saturday's game against Milliken. Shot by Levon Thomas. The fadeaway is good, and that puts the Blue Jays up by a score of 2-0. Beautiful interior fade by Thomas. But as I was mentioning, Jake Rohde drained a bit of fluid from his knee. Coach Baines and the coaching staff decided not to play him on Saturday. Blue Jays came away with the win, 87-75 over the Big Blue to get their 19th win of the season. To go to 10-5 in the league, currently sitting in third place in the CCIW. Your league leaders, Todd Raritan's North Central College Cardinals. The Cardinals at home tonight against Carthage can lock up a CCIW conference championship if they were to knock off Carthage here tonight. Rhodey on the drive. Off the glass, no good. The rebound pulled down by David Anilis. Second meeting between these two teams. Drive into the lane and off the glass. That's good by Charlie Soule. The senior, first 2 points. See a nice drive to the hoop. Levon Thomas with the near block. Inside Dotlich, and he puts it in. Derek Dotlich with the field goal. Derek Dotlich averaging nearly 17 points per game. You see Derek down low. Offensive foul called on Taryn Hall. For Hall, his first. So it'll be Blue Jay basketball. 4-2 Elmhurst here in the early going. Here's Dotlich. What a job he has done behind the arc all season long. He has just been absolutely outstanding and has certainly been one of the leaders of this Blue Jays team. And now we got an offensive foul called here on Levon Thomas as he was backing in the defender. So Levon picking up his first. Mentioned Jake Rhodey did not play Saturday. In his place, starting Dominic Janko did a really nice job in the starting role on Saturday. He'll come off the bench here tonight. Should mention Wesley Hooker, the freshman who has done a great job coming off the bench this season. Broke his wrist, still has a cast on that wrist. That should come off in the next couple of days here, and hopefully he will be back for the conference tournament. Off the miss, Jay Militello driving off the glass, no good, and here come the Pioneers. Jay Militello was so successful doing that on Saturday, as that 3-ball is good for Taryn Hall. The junior connects from downtown, averaging 6.5 points per game. And that gives the Pioneers a 1-point lead here, 5-4. Played nearly 3 minutes. Into the corner is Rhodey. Rhodey drives baseline, dishes it off to Dotlich, lays it in, and he was fouled. Dotlich with a chance to complete the 3-point play. Jake Rhodey with a beautiful assist. You see Rhodey on the drive. Nice little bounce pass into Dotlich, and he looks to complete the 3-point play. Cale Maupin picking up the foul. His first, and it's the second team foul. And so Dotlich, a 94% free throw shooter, completes the 3-point play. Derek, with another fine start to this game, has 5 points. Blue Jays lead it 7-5. 3 minutes gone by here in the first half. We're glad you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Blue Jays man-to-man defensively. Blake Williams picks up his dribble. Blake Williams into the game. And a steal by Perry. Blue Jays 3-on-2 if they hurry. Perry takes it all the way. The scoop layup is no good. Tapped around into the hands of Militello. And Jay lays it in. Well, here's another look at it. Perry in transition. Took it all the way, that scoop shot. But Militello getting the loose ball in the right spot at the right time for his first 2 points of the game. Back the other way is Ryan Clary with the lay-in. Clary averaging nearly 9 points per game for the Pioneers. And Carroll within 2, 9-7. Thomas from behind the arc. No. Rebound to Williams. As I mentioned, this is the second meeting between these two ball clubs. They met up at Carroll back on January 4th, and what a thrilling game that was. Elmhurst winning that ball game in double overtime. Oh, they're saying another foul here on Levon Thomas. It was on the floor, and so for Thomas, that's going to be his second. So he's going to come out of the ball game here. Ibrahim Job, number 34, into the game. Justin Gruber checks in for the Pioneers. Back on January 4th, Elmhurst in double overtime, winning to 81. Derek Dotledge had 26 points as the Pioneers turn the ball over here. 26 points ties a season high for Derek Dotledge. Jake Rohde had 21. Levon Thomas had 15 points and 12 rebounds in that ball game. Dotledge in that game, total amount possible of 50 minutes. He logged 48 of the 50 minutes in that ball game. Rohde logged 48 minutes as well. Thomas logged 46 minutes in that double overtime win back on January 4th. That one's stolen. So the Pioneers with the ball and a chance to tie it up here, or they can take the lead on a triple. Gruber holding on the near side, guarded by Rohde. Shot clock down to 12. Gruber flips it out to Williams. Shot clock down to 6, and they're going to hit Dotledge. Little too aggressive. Or are they going to hit Joe? But who? Yeah, they're hitting Job with the foul. Ibrahim, his first. And now into the game, Dominic Jenko. We mentioned the fine play he had on Saturday in the starting role, starting for Jake Rohde. He comes into the game. Blue Jays by 2, 9-7. Into the corner. The three ball attempt by Williams is no good. Rohde with the rebound. Rohde on the attack, pushes it up, and as he took it to the hoop, he was fouled on the arm. And we'll see if it was in the act of shooting. Taryn Hall is going to get called for the foul. It will be a two-shot foul. Hall's first personal. Rohde will have 2 free throws, hits the first. He'll have one more. Jake, excellent free throw shooter, 82% on the year. Him and Dotledge, your 2 top free throw shooters, along with Nick Perry. Second free throw by Rohde is good. And that makes it 11-7. Blue Jays by 4. Next week, we'll start the CCIW Conference Tournament. In all likelihood, the Blue Jays will have a home game here. It'll be Tuesday night, and if that's the case, we'll bring that to you live here on BlueJayTV.com. Three ball is short there by Hall. Here comes Rohde. He had it poked away from behind by Williams. So on the turnover, it's Carroll basketball. From the elbow, that shot is well short by Williams. However, he gets it back. New 20-second shot clock for the Pioneers. Maupin picks up his dribble at the free throw line. Shot clock down to 4. Three ball is off by Gruber. Carroll will get another opportunity. Top of the key, the three ball is good by Cale Maupin. And a timeout taken here by Elmhurst as Perry comes back into the ball game along with Jonathan Sapinski. It's a 30-second timeout. 13:39 remaining here in this first half. The Blue Jays lead it by 1, 11-10. Mentioned North Central can clinch a CCIW championship. They're at home tonight against Carthage. Other action, Milliken is at Wheaton tonight, and Illinois Wesleyan is in Chicago to take on the North Park Vikings. The Blue Jays here at home at R.A. Fagenal Hall, 10-2 on the year. Carroll on the road, 4-5. 2 losses here at home against North Central back on December 14th, and also against Carthage on February 5th. Both conference losses here at home. Foul called on Gruber, his first, as Rohde took it strong to the hoop. 4 team fouls against Carroll, 3 team fouls against the Blue Jays. Dotlich drives into the lane. Derek puts it up, no good. Tapped around into the hands of Carroll. Hall into the front court. Hall almost had it stolen by Janko. Gruber gives it to Maupin. Maupin on Job. Hands it off to Hall. Soul into the lane, kicks it out. Maupin for 3. Short. Into the hands of Zapinski. Nick Perry quickly into the front court. Janko on the dribble to Perry. Nick at the top of the key. Works around a Zapinski screen. Shot clock down to 10. Dotlich in the corner. Shot clock at 7. Derek looks up at the clock. Dotlich steps back, takes a long 3. Short. Carroll on the attack. Soul into the lane. Off the glass, no. And Job got the rebound. Dotlich into the lane, got cut off. Janko for 3. Well short. Zapinski got the rebound. Flips it out to Dotlich. Dotlich for 3. No. And the rebound pulled down by Maupin. 8 minutes gone by here in this first half. So glad you're logged on to BlueJayTV.com. Both teams 4 for 12 shooting from the field so far here in this game. Pioneers have 2 triples. The Blue Jays have yet to hit from downtown. And a foul as Williams got fouled. So Blake Williams will come to the line here to shoot 2. Foul was on Ibrahim Job, and for Job, that is his second. So Levon Thomas with 2 fouls, Job with 2 fouls for the Blue Jays. Blake Williams connects on the free throw. Williams had 12 points in that first meeting back on January 4th. Carter Sturgeon into the game, number 52 for the Pioneers, a 6'6 freshman from Centennial, Colorado. Second free throw by Williams is good. Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 33, Hunter Merritt, 6'4 sophomore from Bloomington, Illinois, went to Tri-Valley High School. So the Blue Jays with Perry, Rohde, Zapinski, Merritt, and Janko. Pioneers lead it by 1, 12-11. Again, this is the final game of the regular season for the Blue Jays. And then the CCIW Conference Tournament. Perry's 3 is short. Tapped around and into the hands of Anilles. This is Clary at the point, guarded by Perry. Militello at the scorer's table. He will check in at the next dead ball. Anilles with a spin move. No good. Zapinski with the rebound. Zapinski gives it off to Rohde. Rohde behind the back dribble, goes into the lane, and he was fouled as he made the move. Foul will be on David Anilles, and the senior's first personal. Anilles, a 6-foot senior out of Miami, Florida. Picks up the first foul. It's the 5th team foul for the Pioneers. Militello gets the ball, passes it off to Rohde. And now coming up to setting a screen is Zapinski. Bounce pass into Jonathan, off the glass and in. Zapinski with his first 2 points. Nice assist by Jake Rohde. Beautiful bounce pass. Zapinski with the drop step and the lay-in. Rohde down on the floor. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to, well, the one official has his palms up as if to say, I'm not sure who it was, but I think they're giving it to the Pioneers here. Some moisture on the court. Ryan Clary will inbound it here for Carroll. Last year, the Pioneers, 4 games under 500, 11-15 overall. That 3-ball is good by Charlie Soule. Third different Pioneer to hit from downtown, and Carroll leading by 2. Halfway through this first half. Good ball game so far. Nice drive and take to the hoop by Nick Perry. So all 5 of the Blue Jays starters have scored here, and that ties the game up at 15. Here's Clary on Perry. Clary, scoop shot, the lay-in is no good. Tapped around, and it'll be Carroll basketball. New 20 on the shot clock. Clary behind the back pass to Soule in the corner. Gets it inside to Maupin, no good. Zapinski with the rebound. Zapinski ahead to Militello. Rhodey takes it all the way, and Merritt was there for the putback. Hunter Merritt with his first 2 points of the ball game. And a timeout taken by the Pioneers. A 30-second timeout here with 9:07 to go here in the first half. Mentioned that first meeting back on January 4th. The Blue Jays winning in double overtime. Ryan Clary was the leading scorer for the Pioneers. He had 20 points in that ball game. Charlie Soule had 18. Boy, the Pioneers had 5 players in double figures. Williams had a dozen. I mentioned that earlier. Nick Penny, who is the leading scorer for the Pioneers, he's averaging nearly 14 points per game. He had 11. Taryn Hall had 11 as well for the Pioneers. So Carroll ball after the Pioneer 30-second timeout here. 9:02 remaining here in the first half. It's the Blue Jays by 2. Nice breach. And the steal by Nick Perry. Great hands. Perry with a cross step in the lay-in. Beautiful move by Nick Perry, the 5'11 junior from Flossmoor. Hinsdale South Hornet product. Gives the Blue Jays a 4-point lead. The Blue Jays falling back into a 2-3 zone now. Baseline shot is good by Blake Williams. His first field goal of the game brings the Pioneers to within 2. Rhodey, long 3, no. Rebound to Maupin. Chance now for the Pioneers to tie it or take the lead on a triple as we approach the 8-minute mark of this first half. Into Maupin, guarded by Zapinski. Maupin backing him in. Drop step to the reverse, yes. Beautiful move by Cale Maupin, the 6'4 senior from Piatone. And at the other end, it's Jake Rhodey with his first field goal. Jake with 4. And the Blue Jays, there you see the tail end of it. Blue Jays back on top by 2, 21-19. Into the lane is Soule. Charlie Soule with a beautiful take. That ties the game up at 21. Pass by Perry is stolen. Here's Maupin. Maupin into the lane. Fakes, takes the shot. No, Zapinski lost control. Maupin got it, and his putback is good, and he was fouled by Zapinski. Chance for Maupin to complete the 3-point play. Zapinski had it, lost control of it. Maupin in the right place at the right time. Chance for him to complete the 3-point play. Janko back in, Thomas back in, Dotlich back in for the Blue Jays. Also returning for Carroll is Justin Gruber. So a whole bunch of substitutions after this whistle. Maupin now with 7. Chance to complete the 3-point play and a chance to become the Pioneers' leading scorer, and he does. He's got 8. Carroll by 3, 24-21. Exactly 7 minutes to go here in this first half. Mark Kruger, glad to bring you Blue Jay basketball tonight. CCIW battle, final game of the regular season for the Blue Jays. Rhodey works around a Thomas screen. Shot clock down to 4. Rhodey into the lane, dishes off to Thomas, and it's going to be a shot clock violation against the Blue Jays. John Baines clapping, giving encouragement to his Blue Jays squad. Elmhurst this year did something that no other team in the history of Blue Jay basketball has accomplished. They went through their non-conference portion of the schedule undefeated, which is quite an accomplishment because John Baines plays a pretty tough non-conference schedule. But the Blue Jays went undefeated in non-conference play this season. As I mentioned, ranked number 23. As Dotlich couldn't quite handle that pass from Rhodey, the Blue Jays turn the ball over here. Fourth turnover of the game for the Blue Jays. The Pioneers with 4 turnovers as well. Perry into the game for Elmhurst. Carroll leading the rebounding category, 12-11. Jaco pass to Thomas. Thomas with a spin move with the left hand. Whoa, beautiful move by Levon Thomas. His second field goal. There you see off the turnover. Janko with a beautiful pass, and Thomas that spin move. No weak side held for the Pioneers, and the Blue Jays are within 1. 5.5 left to go first half. It's been a well-played first half so far here. Shot clock down to 3. Shot good by Blake Williams. Williams with a shot clock down to 2 gets the bucket. Williams now with 6. Pioneers by 3. Janko fake the 3. 5 minutes to go here first half. Baseline Militello. Corner Dotlich, D squared. No. Rebound to Gruber. And Gruber will walk it up here for the Pioneers. Gruber holding. Shot clock down to 10 already. Clary. Soul. Shot clock down to 1. Soul puts up the shot. Militello got the rebound. Gives it off to Perry. Flips it back to Dotlich. Derek on the drive. Offensive foul. Yep. Derek a little bit out of control that time. Nice job by Justin Gruber to take the charge. And for Dotlich, that's his first. Job quickly off the bench for the Blue Jays. He's going to come in for Thomas. Levon sits with the 2 fouls. Job comes in. Job, though, has 2 fouls also. Carroll with the ball leading by 3. 4 minutes to go first half. Gruber into the corner, guarded by Perry. Whip it up top. Oh, near steal by Militello. Shot clock down to 8. Clary. Shot clock down to 3. Inside, blocked by Job. And loose ball, and they're going to call a shot clock violation. That's the defensive presence that Ibrahim gives you. Look at that wingspan by Job to get the block. For Job, his 17th block of the year. Thomas is the leader in blocks with 20. Perry picks up his dribble. And it's stolen. Here come the Pioneers. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Taking it all the way and laying it in is Ryan Clary. Nice move by Ryan And it's a 5-point lead now for Carroll. Militello on the drive, and he was bumped before the shot by Charlie Soule. And for Soule, that's his first. Nice little hesitation move there by Jay. It's only the 6th team foul for Carroll, both teams with 6 team fouls. Of course, 7 is the foul limit. Dotlich driving. Baseline, kicks it out. Militello for 3. Short. And a whistle after the missed shot by Militello. It's going to be against the Blue Jays. So it's going to be a 1-and-1 situation because that's the 7th team foul against Elmhurst. The foul is on Job. Oh, my. For Ibrahim now, that is his 3rd. So Coach Baines kind of gambled a little bit. Job has to come out with the 3 fouls. Thomas comes back in for him. Dotlich leaves, Perry leaves. Janko back in along with Zapinski. So Cale Maupin to the line. He'll shoot 1 and the bonus. Maupin, a 69% free throw shooter on the year. Made the first, so he'll have 1 more. Maupin goes 1 of 2 from the foul line. The lead is 6. Biggest lead of the game for the Pioneers. 2:50 to go. Thomas driving with the 2 fouls into the lane. Hook shot. No. And Maupin got the rebound. It'll be a foul. Boy, hopefully it's not against Thomas. It's either on Thomas or Rohde. Oh, my. They're giving the foul to Thomas. And that's his 3rd. So Hunter Merritt is going to have to come in. Hey. John Baines, his club, all kinds of foul trouble here. Thomas on the bench with 3. Job on the bench with 3. So the 2 bigs for the Blue Jays in foul trouble. Maupin back to the line, shooting 1 and the bonus. Maupin can't hit. Militello with the rebound. 2:25 left to play here, first half. Janko flips it over to Rohde. Rohde driving into the lane. Turns, tries to create some space. Janko looks up, shot clock down to 5. Janko lost control. It went through the wickets of Hall. Apparently Hall did not touch it, so the Blue Jays turn it over. It'll be Carroll basketball here. 2:02 left. Carroll shooting 42% from the field, 11 of 26 so far. The Blue Jays 10 of 23, 44%. The Blue Jays 0 of 8 from behind the arc here in this first half. Pioneers are 3 of 9 from behind the arc. Under 2 minutes remaining. Carroll by 6. Right baseline shot is off the mark. Merritt got the rebound, gives it off to Perry. Popping up is Janko. Janko driving into the lane, stops, pops, no good. Tapped out by Merritt. A new 20 on the shot clock. Janko for 3, yes. Dominic Janko hits the first triple of the game for the Blue Jays. It's Dominic's first points of the game as well. And the Blue Jays are within 3. 29-26. Here's Williams. Exactly 1 minute to go here in the first half. Hall up top here to Gruber. Gruber lost control and he fouls Militello. Jay had the steal and Gruber picks up the foul, his 2nd. That's the 7th team foul, and so that'll put Jay Militello to the line. He will shoot 1 and the bonus for Elmhurst. 51 seconds to go here in the half. One and the bonus here for Militello. The junior from Fenwick hits the first free throw. Now he'll have the bonus. The Blue Jays are a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. Pioneers are 4 of 6 from the free throw line in the first half. Well, that's the first miss by the Blue Jays from the foul line. It's a 2-point lead for the Pioneers. Clary holding, guarded by Perry. Shot clock down to 10. Clary picks up his dribble, double team. Bounces it out to Maupin. Maupin takes the shot, no. Zapinski got the rebound. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to go in the half. Low scoring first half for the Blue Jays. Seconds winding down. Janko driving. The scoop shot is in. Dominic Janko with the lay-in at the buzzer, and the Blue Jays have tied the game up. There you see the nice little lay-in by Dominic Janko. And
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
I'm close to everything.
I need a great school at a great price.
I'm learning about myself and my role in the world.
I love a challenge.
I'm dreaming big.
But feel totally at home. I want an education with meaning.
I want to be a champion for others. I made connections for life.
I'm ready for the real world. Why do I go to Elmhurst College?
To reach my full potential.
Scotty Williams takes his place in the Hall of Fame as the most decorated football player in Elmhurst College history. From 2009 to 2012, Williams rewrote the Elmhurst record book, cementing his place as one of Elmhurst's all-time greats. A four-time All-Conference selection, Williams earned first-team All-Conference honors for 3 straight years from 2010 to 2012. He set a single-season rushing record in 2010, only to break it in 2011. During his senior year in 2012, Williams torched his own record again, rushing for 2,046 yards and 22 touchdowns while leading the Blue Jays to the NCAA playoffs for the first time in school history. Named the CCIW's Offensive Player of the Year in 2012, Williams finished his career with 5,203 yards and 50 rushing touchdowns, breaking the previous rushing record by more than 1,600 yards. Tim Lester, now the head coach at Western Michigan University, was the Blue Jays head coach for all of Williams' time at Elmhurst. Lester knew he had someone special in Williams.
Scotty was a special running back talent-wise. I mean, low center of gravity, great feet, great drive, great ball security. But his ability to keep his balance. I mean, there were times that he would disappear behind his O-line, which was huge. And he wouldn't go down. For a little guy, he ran like a big back, and it was fun to watch.
Chris Kirkpatrick was an all-conference and all-regions center for the Blue Jays during the Williams era, and he knows how important Scotty was to the success of the team.
Scotty would tell you that he was a cog in the machine, and that goes back to his humble attitude towards things. Scotty was so important to our success. as we became juniors, seniors, Scotty was no longer just the stud player that was quiet and worked hard. He became vocal. Not many people know that. He was the voice in the huddle. And that voice coming from the best player and arguably best person on the team, that led us through some of those tough games.
Elmhurst College's Director of Sports Information, Kevin Juday, covered Williams from the press box. He witnessed firsthand just how hard he was to stop.
No matter how hard an opponent tried to key on Scotty to slow him down, it just was really too difficult for them to stop him. There was a game against Illinois Wesleyan on a 4th and 1 just inside the Illinois Wesleyan 40-yard line, and Elmhurst decided to go for it. Everyone in the stadium knew that Scotty Williams was going to get that ball, and Illinois Wesleyan stacked 11 guys in front, goal line defense, and Scotty just blew right past everybody, broke a tackle, was off to the races, and Elmhurst was off to the playoffs.
Lester remembers the same play as well, but for a different reason, as the play elicited some rarely seen emotion from Williams.
He got in the end zone. He did one of these, which was hilarious because I've never seen him show any emotion when he scores. And normally the line showed the emotion. He just ran over and hugged all the big boys. But when he showed a little bit of swagger for the first time in his 4 years there, it made me laugh, made me smile, made me think that he was having a ton of fun at that moment to get the ball in the biggest moment to accomplish our goal. And he popped one and then, had a little fun in the end zone, which I'll never forget.
Williams' success in 2012 culminated in him taking home All-America honors and becoming the first Elmhurst player to win the Ghilardi Trophy, an award honoring the top player in Division III football.
To win the Ghilardi Trophy, you have to be a great player, a great student athlete, and a great human being on top of it. And Scotty Williams checked every single one of those boxes. Everyone knew about what he was doing on the field that year, but he was also an academic All-American, and he was also actively involved in Habitat for Humanity and several other service groups. And he was one of the most humble student athletes I've ever met in my time at Elmhurst.
As humble as Williams was, Kirkpatrick also remembers Scotty joking around with his teammates.
Our senior year against Milliken, which was kind of a fabled game for us as we had to go into overtime and overtime again, and Scotty broke loose for a 99-yard touchdown run. We had given him a lot of grief over the years, including Coach Lester, about getting what we called hawked in the open field, caught in the open field, and he wasn't letting himself get caught that day. And after he scored that touchdown, as humble as he is, he was letting us know that he didn't get caught from behind.
Williams holds several titles already: record-setting running back, All-American and Ghilardi Trophy winner. But today he adds another title: Elmhurst College Blue Jay backer Hall of Famer.
Having digital media skills is going to make a student, when they graduate, more employable. Whether they were a digital media major or a biology major, they're going to have the skills that they need to be able to tell a digital story. So they will all take a course called Digital Storytelling and a course called Story Structure. It requires communication and collaboration and innovation, and these are skills that they will be able to take with them whether they continue to work on a media project, whatever field they go into, or just life itself.
Embark on a journey to a new future with an advanced degree from Elmhurst College. Whether you want to take your career to the next level or discover an entirely new direction, Elmhurst College has a graduate program for you.
12% of our population have a master's degree. We're in a period of specialized master's degrees.
The advanced degree is a time to get more specific into some areas that you're interested in.
I believe that when you're looking for a graduate degree, you have to be ready.
You need to do some exploration up front to get some idea of what's possible, what people on the outside want and are interested in, and to begin to think about how that may match with your own abilities and interests.
Spend some time thinking about what they're passionate about, what they really enjoy, and what they want to learn more about.
But it's people that may want to better themselves in their career. They might want to look to another industry or maybe even another career. But many are coming just for that personal achievement. It's something they always wanted to do.
At Elmhurst, we believe the educational journey should be student-centered. You'll notice that difference from the moment you connect with us. You'll join a network of professionals and peers who will support you throughout your studies and your career, connecting you with employers all over the Chicago area. You'll hit the ground running, tested, proven, and ready.
I think part of the reason that a person would want to go to graduate school is so that they can get launched into their professional niche. We're able to really get to know our students personally and professionally and really challenge them, push them, and support them in all the ways that graduate students need support.
And we're also in a good position to help you clarify for yourself what your goals are, what your strengths are, what the possible matches might be for when you're done, and we will work with you to do that. So that sort of personal touch, I think, is more than just a saying here. I think it's very real in the way that we relate and interact with all of our students.
And we also help with job placement. The CPE, the Center for Professional Excellence, has been good in helping with resume building, job interviews, whatever it may take.
Our program directors will support you through every step of your journey. Elmhurst faculty aren't just experts in their fields, they're dedicated to expanding your reach with fieldwork, professional connections, and real-world experiences.
We know you. I, as program director, know every single individual who's in the program. I know why they're here. I know what they're looking to do. I know their stories. I know when situations come up that might require us to be a bit flexible and adaptable.
We really have a lot of fun, and we're really good at supporting our students through this rigorous program.
The teachers are phenomenal. I can't ask for a better school to go to.
By train or by car, from city or suburbs, our campus is easily accessible. And our proximity to Chicago, a world-class metropolitan center, means lots of opportunity for consulting projects, networking, and career advancement. You'll love the flexibility of part-time and evening options that allow you to move at the pace that works for you. In fact, some programs are offered entirely online.
We're easily able to give individualized attention to our students. We can really personalize their education.
Also connect our students with our alumni, building those relationships with their peers, building those relationships with their faculty members. Those students are able to make those connections and build lasting relationships for the future.
One of the things that inspired me within Elmhurst is to take on bigger responsibilities. I'm taking a lot of experience from the things that everyone else has done and from this cohort and from Elmhurst and trying to develop this in our company. So overall, it's been a great experience.
You know, if your company now values you, just wait until after you go through the full program. There's absolutely no way I would be able to do what I'm doing now without this program.
Your journey builds on the students who came before you at Elmhurst, founded in 1871 but ready for the future. So come tour our historic Arboretum campus and check out our top-notch facilities, from our state-of-the-art nursing simulation center to our speech-language hearing clinic and our small hands-on classrooms. You'll gain the skills you need to succeed.
Graduate school is affordable, and I think more to the point is a good value.
I think it's an investment in your future and an investment in a field that you are passionate about and want to pursue.
We know that going to college is a huge investment. You put your trust and time in Elmhurst College, and we do the same. You invest in us, and we invest in you.
I'd love to tell students not to look back. You want to always look forward, and they tend to gain momentum as they get into the program. At the end, it's just a wonderful thing when you're handed that diploma and you're able to celebrate with all your friends and family.
Pursue your graduate work at Elmhurst College and take that life-changing journey to your successful future.
would say the typical student, however, might be someone who says that they like GIS, maybe they've had a taste of it somewhere in a previous class. We have geography majors, political science majors. They might have specialized in environmental studies or biology. We even have people in economics and healthcare, military people. In the military currently, the people can come in almost with any kind of a background because it's going to be applicable in understanding the spatial distribution of whatever it is that they're looking at. The software that we use for the most part of our program is Esri's ARC Suite, I want to call it. And so a lot of programs that are done in ArcMap and ArcPro connect into a cloud platform in ArcGIS Online. So we incorporate all three of those. A lot of students enjoy programming, and so they'll enjoy like the Python and the geodatabases course, and that's maybe the job that they're going to be doing, maybe even writing algorithms. Other students really like the cartographic aspect. They like making maps, and so once that data is collected and put into the GIS system for analysis, they're the ones that get to manipulate the colors and the lines and the shapes, and sometimes even produce maps that'll be printed or put in web settings. Once you become more proficient in GIS, there's actually different jobs and different opportunities. Someone who really tends to like the satellite imagery or LiDAR, they might be more interested in focusing on remote sensing. Other people really they're much more into the GIS, where they can download data, you can get real-time data. Those people tend to become GIS technicians or analysts. We have people who really like to be out in the field, and so they might be more into the data collection. It's one thing to go into the program thinking I want to be a GIS analyst, but it's another thing to keep your mind open that there really are a lot of possibilities.
And we welcome you back to R.A. Fagnell Hall, just about ready to get the second half underway. First half numbers, the Carroll Pioneers, 11 of 28 from the field. They were 3 of 10 from behind the arc. Elmhurst, 12 of 26 from the field, just 1 of 9 from behind the arc. But the big story for the Blue Jays in the first half, they're two bigs. 3 fouls each. Levon Thomas, Ibrahim Job, and Elmhurst with the 5 starters out there, and it's an offensive foul. Great job by Dodledge to take the charge. Foul is on Charlie Soule, his second. Cale Maupin was the leading scorer for both teams in that first half. He had 9. Charlie Soule was 7. Janko and Dodledge each with 5 for the Blue Jays in that first half. So we'll see if Thomas can stay at 3 fouls for a while. He's got the ball now. Thomas into the lane. And he got held up by Blake Williams. Williams getting the start here in the second half. Well, instead they're going to call a foul, it looks like. No, they're just, okay, they're saying it's a held ball. They're putting 11 seconds on the shot clock. So no foul. Rohde to Militello, and Militello got fouled. His hand snagged on the rim and pulled the rim down. You see it there. But he also got fouled, so Jay to the line. He will shoot 2. Foul is on Ryan Clary, his first. Jay gets the free throw. He's got 4. Eight different Blue Jays have scored. Second free throw, short by Militello. Knocked around, and Dodledge got the ball. Rohde faked. 3 ball is good. So Jake Rohde hits from downtown. He's got 7. Good fake there. And the Blue Jays lead it by 4. Clary, spin move. Bit of a half hook shot there is good. Nice move by Ryan Clary. Perry quickly the other way. Blue Jays by 2, 33-31. Thomas into the lane, kicks it out into the corner to Militello. Jay drives baseline, puts it up, no, got it back, puts it up off the glass and in. Jay Militello working awful hard on the glass. He's got 6. And it's 35-31, partially blocked. Rohde stolen from behind, but Dotlich got the loose ball. (35-31), Blue Jays by 4. Here's Perry left wide open for 3, and that one is off the mark. Soule got the rebound. Into the corner here. This is Soule. His 3 ball is off. Thomas got the rebound. Rohde got cut off by Maupin. Boy, that's a bit of a mismatch right there. See if Rohde takes advantage. Instead, he drops it off to Perry. Here's Rohde, still guarded by Maupin. Now they switch, and Hall is on Rohde. 3 ball by Jake is off the mark. Militello with an offensive rebound, and he was fouled on the floor. Boy, Jay Militello has really come on the last couple of games, hitting the offensive glass. Foul was on Taryn Hall. Job comes back into the game. He comes in for Thomas. So nice job by Levon of not picking up his 4th. 3 team fouls in the second half for Carroll. No team fouls for the Blue Jays. 3 minutes have gone by here in the second half, and it's going to go to Carroll. Good hustle as Hall went down on the floor. They're saying it went off of Militello. They may have said it went off of Rohde because Jake wasn't very happy with the call. Still 35-31. The Pioneers with just 1 field goal so far here in the second half. Coming by Ryan Clary. Maupin driving baseline. Drops it off to Soule. And Soule with the lay-in. Charlie Soule now with 9. Him and Maupin each with 9 points for the Pioneers. And Carroll within 2, 35-33. And a timeout taken by head coach John Baines. John Baines in his 7th season as the head coach, of course, a longtime assistant to Mark Scher. Mark Scher, now the head coach of the Big Blue of Milliken. A year ago, the Blue Jays, 2 games under 500, 12-14. They finished 6th in the league a year ago at 7-9. Meanwhile, the Pioneers, 4 games under 500 last year, 11-15. They also were 7-9 in the CCIW. This year, your league leaders, North Central. The Cardinals at 12-2. They are at home tonight against Carthage. They can wrap up a CCIW championship if they were to defeat Carthage tonight. Augustana is in 2nd place in the league at 11-4. And then you've got these Blue Jays at 10-5. Illinois Wesleyan is in 4th place at 9-5. We're glad you logged on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger, delighted to bring you Blue Jay basketball live from R.A. Fagnall Hall on the campus of Elmhurst College. Joined by Dennis Bergen, our producer, director, engineer, audio supervisor, camera technician. Dennis doing a little bit of everything tonight. And we thank him for his efforts. Rohde, and he was fouled. Foul will be on Taryn Hall. For Hall, that's his 3rd foul. So 3 fouls on Taryn Hall. It's the 4th team foul for Carroll. Elmhurst has yet to commit a foul here in this second half. We have played 4 minutes. Job, and that'll be an offensive foul. Ibrahim Job just picked up his 4th. Clary took the charge, and for Ibrahim, that is foul number 4, and for now, Coach Baines leaving him in. The Blue Jays are man-to-man defensively. Boy, if I'm Carroll, I'm giving the ball to Maupin and taking it right to Job. Soul lost it. Ball loose. Militello comes away with it for the Blue Jays. Dishes it off to Janko. Janko dribbling in the corner to Dotlich. Boy, Coach Baines really gambling here, leaving Job out there with the 4 fouls. And as Militello drove baseline, he got fouled by Ryan Clary. And for Clary, that's his 2nd. It's the 5th team foul for Carroll. Again, the Blue Jays with just 1 team foul here in the half. Janko picks up his dribble at the elbow to Rohde. Rohde elevates. Rebound to Soul. Poked away. Janko now, and he was fouled. Well, if it's on Taryn Hall, and it is, that's going to be foul number 4 on Taryn Hall. Zapinski back into the game. Gruber is back into the game for Carroll. Hall will have a seat with the 4 fouls. Also having a seat is David Anilis. Blue Jays have Janko, Dotlich, Rohde, Militello, and Zapinski out there for Elmhurst. And now the 2 officials are talking things over. And the 3rd official, he was ready to go. But the 2 officials who were talking said, whoa, hold on a second. And I think they're trying to figure out the clock situation. There's 14:58 left. They put 26 on the shot clock. Final game of the regular season for the Blue Jays, and then the CCIW tournament. Whoa, bad pass there. Rohde, fortunate to get it. Rohde tried to bounce pass. It went off the leg of Maupin. See if they put 20 seconds back on the shot clock, and they do. Rohde will inbound it. Blue Jays by 2. 35-33. Blue Jays have been stuck on 35 here for a while. Janko into the lane, out to Rohde. Rohde for 3. Front of the rim, no good. Gruber got the rebound. Gruber gets it to Clary. Quickly ahead, here's Williams. Williams with the lay-in. Blake Williams now with 8. On the turnover. Soul drops it off to Maupin. Out in the corner is Williams, and it goes off of Militello. It'll be Carroll basketball. Tied at 35. Inbounding it is Clary. Gets it into Soul. Soul blocked by Zapinski. Here's Janko in the open floor, behind the back dribble. Dominic off the glass. No, he gets it back. The putback is good. Nice job by Dominic Janko running the floor, getting his own miss, putting it back. He's got 7, and a timeout taken by Paul Combs and the Carroll Pioneers. It's a 30-second timeout taken by Carroll. Well, Dominic Janko playing with a lot of confidence. Remember, he got the start on Saturday as Jake Rohde took the day off. They drained some fluid from Jake's knee, so they decided to sit him out. And the Blue Jays still won. They beat Milliken 87-75 on Saturday. And so Jake got some well-needed rest. Jake back in the starting lineup tonight, but Dominic coming off the bench playing awful well. Janko with 7 points so far tonight. Him and Rhodey each with 7 to lead the Blue Jays. Militello has 6. 13:50 remaining here in the second half. Carroll with the ball trailing by 2. Maupin to the left hand, and we're tied. Cale now in double figures with 11. He becomes the first player to get to double figures. Militello on the drive, no. And he had the offensive rebound. He had it poked away. It'll be Blue Jay basketball. Thomas back into the game. So Thomas back in with the 3 fouls. 13:29 left. Here's Rhodey. And a whistle, a foul called. The foul is on Williams, and for Blake, that's his first. And boy, Carroll already over the limit. And there's still 13:23 left, so Jake Rhodey to the line, shooting 1 and the bonus. 8 points now for Jake. Boy, that's good news for the Blue Jays because they are a good free throw shooting team. Elmhurst with just 1 team foul here in the half. Rhodey hits the 2 free throws. Jake with 9. Blue Jays by 2. 39-37. Elmhurst looking to grind a win out here tonight at R.A. Fagnall Hall. Looking to go 11-2 here at home this season. 3 ball by Maupin is short. Thomas got the rebound. Janko quickly into the front court, drops it off to Rhodey. Jake dribbles through the lane. Thomas, entry pass into Dotlich. Dotlich trying to create some space, has his shot blocked by Soul. And a travel violation in the backcourt. So Carroll turns the ball over. It'll be Blue Jay basketball. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. 6 first half turnovers for Carroll. 9 turnovers for Elmhurst in the first half. Zapinski double teamed. Still double teamed, and now a foul. So Jonathan Zapinski will come to the line here, shooting 1 and the bonus. Blake Williams with a foul, his second. First trip to the foul line for Zapinski. 8th team foul for Carroll. 1 and the bonus for Zapinski. And there is a whistle, a lane violation against the Blue Jays. So wave off the free throw by Zapinski. It's still a 2-point lead for Elmhurst. 39-37. 12:25 remaining. Here's Williams making the move on Dotlich. Pulls up off the glass. No good. Tapped around. And it's going to go to the Blue Jays. It went off the leg of Charlie Soul. Elmhurst ball here. .12 to go here in the game. Again, depending on what other teams do, it looks like the Blue Jays will have a conference game here at home on Tuesday night. If that's the case, we'll bring it to you here on BlueJayTV.com. The miss by Janko. Here's Williams quickly the other way. Soul has it blocked by Thomas. Loose ball, Rhodey diving for it. Tapped it back and bound. Boy, look at the diving effort by Zapinski. Soul off the glass and in. Boy, tough break by the Blue Jays. What a great effort. Blue Jays bodies just diving all over the floor, but Soul is going to get credit with the bucket and a timeout taken here with 11:24 remaining. Charlie Soul finishing with a lay-in. Charlie Soul now with 11. Him and Cale Maupin each with 11 to lead Carroll. Timeout with 11:24 remaining. Charlie Soule is a 6'2" senior from Oregon, Wisconsin. He spells his last name S-O-U-L-E. The other Soule that I know of is the actor, David Soule, but David Soule spells his last name S-O-U-L. Of course, I don't know David Soule personally. David Soule, of course, played Starsky on Starsky and Hutch. I know Dennis Bergen is a big fan of Starsky and Hutch. Dennis gives me the thumbs up. I'm a big fan of Starsky and Hutch as well. David Soule is a great actor. I believe Michael Paul Glaser played Starsky. Dodlich for three, missed it. It's going to go out of bounds to the Blue Jays. Of course, our younger viewers out there are going to Google David Soule, figure out who the heck he is. Nick Perry back in the game here for the Blue Jays. 9 minutes gone by here in this second half. Rhodey on the drive, lost control of it. Maupin got the loose ball. Well, we were tied at the half at 29, and now we're tied at 39. We're just about halfway through the second half. Remember, the first meeting went to double overtime. Maupin into the lane. Nope, brings it back out to Clary. Shot clock down to 6. The three ball is off by Anillis, and Thomas got the rebound. All right, I'm going to make a guarantee. I guarantee this game will not go into double overtime. Thomas for three, no. Oh, the tip by Rhodey was no good. Zapinski, though, finishes. Relentless on the offensive glass. Take another look at it here. The miss by Thomas. You see Rhodey almost had that tip. Zapinski missed that one, and Jonathan stayed with it and got the tip in. And now a foul here at the other end. Foul will be on Nick Perry, his first. Second team foul. Janko back in, Militello back in for the Blue Jays. Blake Williams returns. Taryn Hall comes back in for Carroll. 9:51 remaining. The Blue Jays by 2, 41-39. Spin move, baseline, Hall. He left that a little bit short. Here's Rhodey. Rhodey for three. Back of the iron, no good. Long rebound, Maupin got it. Cale will bring it up himself. Carroll with a chance to tie or take the lead on a three ball here. Williams, as Rhodey fell down. Maupin dropped, yeah, he traveled. As he passed it off to Clary, Maupin took one too many steps. Take another look at it. Yeah, you see the travel there as Maupin tried to pass it off to Clary. So Carroll turns it over. Thomas is going to check back into the game for Zapinski. Levant doing a great job of not committing his fourth foul here in the second half. He still has 3 fouls. 9:08 left. Coach Baines having a lot of trust in Levant as well. Perry elevates off the glass. Too strong. Here comes Clary. Anillis drops it off to Maupin. Maupin, baseline, working on Thomas. Three ball attempt by Clary. No good. Thomas with the rebound. Dotlich into the front court. Pretty big possession here for the Blue Jays. Up by 2 here. Dotlich into the lane. Yes, and the foul. Oh no, they're calling an offensive foul. Wave off the bucket. There you see the replay. Derek Dotlich is going to get called for the offensive foul. Wave off the bucket for Dotlich, his second. So Derek Dotlich with just 5 points tonight. He's been held scoreless here in this second half. Boy, it's just a matter of time before he connects from downtown. Maupin backing in on Thomas. Levon didn't want to commit his fourth foul, so he kind of let Maupin get the bucket. For Maupin now, he's got 13. And we're tied at 41. Janko on the drive, left hand, yes, and he was fouled. Beautiful take by Dominic Janko. Again, showing the confidence as he splits the defenders, count the bucket and a chance to complete the three-point play. Now, wait a minute. Now the three officials are talking things over here. The initial call was a bucket and one by Janko. Boy, I thought that was the right call. Take another look. The crossover, there you saw the block. You see the baseline official saying it was a block. Janko made the bucket, so it should be a bucket and a three-point play opportunity. Wow. If it's anything but that, I would be shocked. Looked like a pretty obvious call to me. Now Paul Combs is getting an explanation by one of the officials. Take another look at it here. You see Janko, there's a nice crossover move. You see the block, and you see the call by the baseline official that it's a block, and he signaled to count the bucket. The defender was outside that circle too, so what? They're calling a double foul. Bruce Hill, the public address announcer, I thought he said a double foul. Take another look at it here. How could it be a double foul? It's either a charge or a block. I'm not understanding this call at all, unless they're just giving it to Janko. All right, so they're giving the bucket to Janko, and apparently they're calling an offensive foul on Dominic. Wow. So, man, I don't understand that call. So if they're counting the bucket, that they're saying that Dominic fouled him after he made the shot, but the contact was made before he put up the shot. All right, in any event, Dominic will get credit for the bucket, and he is going to get the foul. So Janko with 9 points, Blue Jays by 2. That breaks the tie. 7.5 left. And now a foul called on Militello. And for Jay, that's his first. Rhodey back into the game. He comes in for Janko. That's only the 5th team foul for the Blue Jays. 7:27 left. Carroll has 9 team fouls. Maupin into the lane against Thomas. Maupin again with a nice take, and Thomas just kind of had to let him go by. 15 now for Maupin. Maupin is the game-high scorer, and we're tied at 43. Here's Thomas. Maupin on him. Thomas backing him in. Fades. Rebound, William. Janko is right back at the scorer's table. 3-ball attempt by Hall. That's good. Taryn Hall, his second from downtown. Take another look. Wide open in the corner. And it's a 3-point lead for the Pioneers. 6.5 minutes left. Rhodey got tied up to Perry. Thomas drives, puts it up, yes. Levon Thomas with 6. Good move into the lane for Levon. Goes to the glass and lays it in. 6 points now for Thomas. And a timeout taken by Paul Combs of the Pioneers. It's a full timeout taken by Carroll here. Here's another look. Nice drive into the lane. No weak side help. And Levon off the glass and in. So 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to play here. Carroll by 1. 46-45. Cale Maupin realizing that Levon Thomas has the 3 fouls and he has been taking it strong to the hoop, and Levon not wanting to commit his 4th foul. And so Maupin has had he's had 3 lay-ins here in the second half. See how this one unfolds. Again, the first meeting between these two teams back on January 4th up at Carroll. It went into double overtime. Elmhurst winning 82-81. Derek Dotledge had a huge game. 26 points for the Blue Jays. However, he has been held in check tonight. 5 points for Derek, and all of those 5 points coming early on in the first half. Jake Rohde had 21 in that first meeting. Levon Thomas with 15 points and 12 rebounds in that meeting back on January 4th. So Ibrahim Job is into the game now for Thomas. Job has 4 fouls. And he is matched up on Maupin right now. Maupin with the ball now. He takes it on against Job. Job with the 4 fouls. Maupin can't hit. Tapped out. It's going to go out of bounds to the Blue Jays. Good defense by Ibrahim. Zapinski checks in for Job as Coach Baines kind of going offense, defense here, getting Job out when the Blue Jays have the ball. Good move by John Baines. Under 6 minutes left. Janko to Militello. Jay drives baseline off the glass. No. Tapped up by Zapinski. And coming down with it was Hall. Lost it to Zapinski. Jonathan puts it in. Take another look. Jonathan Zapinski getting the loose ball there and the lay-in. Blue Jays by 1. 47-46. Maupin holding up top. Now Zapinski on him. Maupin with the spin move. No. Tapped around. Zapinski got it and he was fouled. Jonathan Zapinski hitting the glass at both ends of the floor. Cale Maupin will get charged for the foul, his 2nd. And that is the 10th team foul for Carroll. So Jonathan Zapinski will be shooting 2 free throws here. And the Blue Jays, the rest of the way, will shoot 2 free throws. Zapinski tonight is 0 for 1 from the foul line. As Jonathan hits the first free throw, he'll have 1 more. 7 points now for Zapinski. Crowd goes quiet here. Second free throw by Jonathan. Rims around and out. Soul got the rebound. 48-46. Blue Jays by 2. Exactly 5 minutes left in regulation. Hall gives it up. This is Blake Williams with the ball, guarded by Rohde. Shot clock down to 7. Williams drives. Williams puts it up and in. Beautiful move by Blake Williams. He's in double figures now with 10, and we're tied at 48. Well, I guaranteed this game will not go into double overtime. I didn't say anything about a single overtime period. Have to wait and see what happens here. 4:20 to go. We're tied at 48. Dotlich for three. Yes! Well, it was just a matter of time before Double D connected from behind the arc. D squared now with 8. 4 minutes remaining here in regulation. Blue Jays by 3. And a kick ball. It'll be Carroll basketball. They'll reset the shot clock to 20. Great time for Derek Dodlich to finally connect from behind the arc. Big 3 ball by the senior. Blue Jays by 3. Pulling up, taking the shot is Hall. No good. Souls putback is no good. And we got a whistle. Who's the foul on? Rohde's down on the floor. And will walk the other way. The foul is on Charlie Soul. And for Soul, that's his 3rd. Double bonus time here now, so that'll put Rohde to the line to shoot 2. Rohde is 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. As I mentioned earlier, an 82% free throw shooter. Nick Perry back into the game, replacing Janko. Elmhurst 6 of 8 from the foul line in the second half. Blue Jays by 5. 53 to 48. 3:37 left. Blue Jays looking for their 20th win of the season. If they can hang on here tonight, they'll go to 20-5 and 11-5 in the league. Maupin to the left hand. No! Rebound by Militello. His pass was knocked out of bounds by Williams. What a rebound by Jay Militello. Janko back in for offense now. And who's coming out? Nick Perry comes out. Pressure now in the backcourt by the Pioneers. They get it into Rohde. Rohde back over to Janko. Back to Rohde. They get it across half court to Zapinski. Dotlich for 3. Oh, has it blocked by Clary. Great block by Ryan Clary. Carroll with the ball. Exactly 3 minutes to play here in regulation. Clary up top. Now he drives into the lane, dishes off to Maupin. They bring it out. That 3 ball is off, and a foul as Hall got his own miss. He was fouled. It's only the 6th team foul for the Blue Jays. Who was the foul on? Oh, Dotlich. For Derek, his 3rd. Maupin to the hook shot. Good. Timeout, Carroll. Cale Maupin with 17 points. Nice little drop step. The hook shot is good. And Maupin, 9 points in the first half, 8 points here in the second half for Cale Maupin. And the Pioneers are within 3, 53-50. Carroll calls a timeout here. 2:45 left. The Pioneers with 2 timeouts remaining. The Blue Jays with 3 timeouts left. Blue Jays looking to hold on, and then they'll wait their opposition as the CCIW Conference Tournament will get underway. Boy, Elmhurst on Saturday when they beat Milliken, that snapped a 3-game losing streak. They lost to Carthage, North Central, and Illinois Wesleyan. But the nice win against Milliken on Saturday, and and hopefully they can close out the regular season with a win tonight against Carroll to get some momentum and a 2-game winning streak heading into the CCIW tournament. Hopefully, Wesley Hooker will be available. The freshman has done an outstanding job coming off the bench. He broke his wrist. He's sitting on the Blue Jay bench tonight. He still has a cast on his wrist, but that will be coming off shortly, and we'll see if he will be available for the CCIW tournament. All right, here's Rhodey. 2.5 left. Remember, every foul that Carroll makes, the Blue Jays will shoot 2 free throws. Blue Jays with the ball and a 3-point lead. Janko hits a huge 3. Dominic Janko with 12. He is the leading scorer for the Blue Jays. Elmhurst by 6. Now it's a 4-point lead as Hall gets the layup. 2 minutes remaining here in regulation. Zapinski gets it to Janko. Elmhurst trying to run some clock, and they call a timeout. And I think that's exactly what John Baines wants to talk to his team about. He calls a 30-second timeout. Well, now they change it to a full timeout. A full timeout for John Baines and the Blue Jays. And I'm sure that John Baines is going to have his good free throw shooters out on the floor. I'm sure he's going to tell his team to spread the floor. Don't dribble the ball into any corners. Stay away from the sidelines and try to use as much of the shot clock as you can. Right now, the Blue Jays have the ball and a 4-point lead. Remember, if Carroll decides to take a foul, the Blue Jays will shoot 2 free throws. Be interesting to see how the Pioneers play this. Again, plenty of time left, 1:53 to go. You see the numbers lower right-hand part of your monitor, 21 seconds on the shot clock. You would think if you're Carroll, just try to play tough defense and try to get the ball back. Still plenty of time, and you're still going to have several opportunities for possessions. Carroll still has 2 timeouts left. It'll be Blue Jay basketball. You got Rhodey, Dotlich, Militello, Janko, and Zapinski out there for the Blue Jays. Good ball handlers and all good free throw shooters. Zapinski looking, and it's tapped out of bounds by Maupin. It will remain Blue Jay basketball, and and John Baines calls another timeout here. So Zapinski, inbounds pass was deflected off of Maupin. It went out of bounds, and John Baines decided to take another timeout. So Elmhurst is down to 1 timeout left. 1:53 left. Pretty good man-to-man defense by Carroll there as the Blue Jays had trouble inbounding the basketball. Jake Rhodey busted out in the backcourt, but he was guarded. We'll see how the Blue Jays play it here. Boy, yeah, if I'm Elmhurst, I'm setting some screens and trying to get Jake Rhodey the ball, get the ball in his hands. Jake and Derek Dotlich are your 2 best free throw shooters, at least statistically. Nick Perry is an excellent free throw shooter as well, but Nick Perry was not out on the floor during that last possession. Jake Rhodey is 6 for 6 from the foul line tonight. Well, Perry is in the game now. He is inbounding the ball. They do get it into Rhodey. Blue Jays letting the clock wind down here. Carroll just playing man-to-man defense here. Shot clock down to 8. Here's Thomas. Shot clock to 5. Thomas spins into the lane, puts it up. No, he got it back, put back, no, but he was fouled. Levon Thomas on the offensive glass. Boy, between him and Janko and Militello, they have done a great job battling on the offensive glass, and now Levon Thomas will shoot 2 free throws. Terran Hall picked up the foul, his 5th, so he fouls out here with 1:31 to go. He fouls out with 8 points. So Gruber comes into the game to replace Hall, who fouled out. Thomas, 2 shots. For Levon, this is his first trip to the foul line tonight. Levon hits. 7 for Thomas. It's a 5-point lead. 1:31 left. Second free throw also good by Levon Thomas. 8 points for him. As Coach Baines go offense and defense. Zapinski in now for defense. Thomas sits down. 6-point lead for the Blue Jays. Williams in the lane. Oh, he used his elbow. Oh, they call it travel though. Well, it was either a travel or an offensive foul. They call the travel. And now Thomas back in for offense. Boy, that was a big call. Derek Dotlich, I thought he took the charge, but instead they call it travel. 1:22 left. Again, full court pressure by Carroll. Blue Jays get it into Rhodey. Back to Perry. Back to Rhodey. Carroll not fouling. Elmhurst trying to use as much of the shot clock as they can here. Shot clock down to 10. And a bad pass by Thomas. Here comes Carroll, under a minute remaining. Soul, double team. Anilis drives. Here's Clary and a whistle and a foul. A bump by Jay Militello. For Militello, his second, it's the 7th team foul. Oh man, there's the bump. And so that stops the clock and a chance for the Pioneers to put points on the board without the clock moving. Clary's first trip to the foul line. And he got it to go. For Ryan, he now has 7. 58-53. 48 seconds to go. He missed the second free throw. Williams got it. Put it up, no good. Dotlich got it. Dotlich to Perry. Blue Jays trying to play keep away here. Rhodey gives it to Dotlich. And Dotlich, he wants to get fouled, and Carroll is not fouling him. Now to Rhodey. Great job by the Blue Jays of getting it into their free throw shooters. No look bounce pass. Militello missed it. Thomas put back, yes. And that should do it. It's a 7-point lead for the Blue Jays. And a foul at the other end by Nick Perry. Well, take another look at it here. Beautiful pass by Rhodey, the missed layup, and there's Thomas with the putback. Levon Thomas now in double figures with 10. And the Blue Jays lead by 7 with just under 17 seconds to go. 1 and the bonus now for Ryan Clary. Nothing but net on that free throw. Ryan will have one more. Again, Nick Penny not playing for the Carroll Pioneers, senior, averaging over 14 a game. As Clary hits the second free throw, and back into the game for the Pioneers is number 41, Ethan Bolinow. Janko back in for the Blue Jays. Perry to inbound it here for the Blue Jays, gets it into Rohde. Rohde double teamed immediately. Jake called a timeout. Smart move by Jake as he was in trouble in the corner. Final timeout taken by the Blue Jays here with 12 and 1/10 seconds remaining in the game. (60-55) Blue Jays. It's a two-possession game. It's Blue Jay basketball here. Blue Jays are out of timeouts. Carroll does have 2 timeouts left. But the problem with the Pioneers is the clock. You see the time left in the game, just 12 and 1/10 seconds remaining. Again, the Blue Jays looking for their 20th win of the season. Elmhurst has 3 players currently in double figures. Janko has 12, Thomas has 10, and Jake Rohde has 11. Dotlich with 8. Zapinski with 7. Jay Militello with 6. The game high scorer is Cale Maupin of Carroll. He has 17. Soul with 11. Blake Williams with 10. Blue Jays. Perry with the baseball pass. And boy, if that wasn't touched, it'll be Carroll basketball in front of their own bench. Oh, no. Wow. Gruber back into the game. Zapinski back into the game for the Blue Jays. So, Carroll, wow, they already have the ball now in the front court. They will inbound it. It'll be Clary to inbound. Boy, they hit a 3. Hold on, folks. Maupin instead drives, partially blocked, got it back, puts it in, and a timeout by Carroll. So Maupin with 2 more. He now has 19, and a timeout taken by Carroll with 6 and 8/10 seconds left. It'll be Blue Jay basketball. It's a 1-possession game. Obviously, Carroll is going to try for the 5-second call. So they'll try to deny this inbounds pass. If the Blue Jays do get it in, the Pioneers will foul immediately. And remember, when the Pioneers foul, the Blue Jays will have 2 foul shots because it's double bonus time. Elmhurst would simply have to make 1 free throw, which would make it a 2-possession game, and ultimately they could just run the clock down. What a game. Again, we thank you for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. My name is Mark Kruger. I have been delighted to bring you Blue Jay basketball tonight. Great game. Blue Jays and the Pioneers, CCIW battle. Final game of the regular season for the Blue Jays. For the Pioneers, they will host Milliken on Saturday. That will be Carroll's final game of the season. All right, so the Blue Jays need to inbound it here. Again, Carroll looking to deny, trying to get the 5-second call. Perry will inbound it. He can run the baseline. Gets it into Rohde. And it's knocked out of bounds. Whoa. Out of bounds by Carroll. Blue Jay ball, 5 and 10 seconds left. Oh, man. 60-57 Blue Jays. Perry gets it into Janko, and there's the foul. Janko to the foul line. He will have 2 foul shots. Foul is on Blake Williams, his 3rd. Janko will have 2 foul shots. Dominic with 12 points. This is his first trip to the foul line tonight. There's the nail in the coffin. Blue Jays are going to come away with a hard-fought victory tonight. It's a 4-point lead. Coach Baines has everybody except the free throw shooter back at half court. How about Janko? Makes the 2 free throws. 14 now for Dominic. He's the leading scorer for the Blue Jays. 2-possession game, 62-57. Here's Williams. Williams, he's going to take it all the way for the layup, and that will do it. Williams finishes with 12 points, your final score here tonight. The Blue Jays win it by a score of 62-59. It's the 20th win of the season for the Blue Jays. They are now 20-5. The Pioneers now 11-13. Leading scorer for the Blue Jays, Dominic Janko with 14, Rhodey with 11, Thomas with 10. Meanwhile, for Carroll, your game high scorer, Cale Maupin with 19, Blake Williams with 10, Charlie Soule with 11. So that'll do it here from R.A. Fagenal Hall. Again, your final score, Blue Jays over the Pioneers, 62-59. This is Mark Kruger. We thank you so much for logging on to BlueJayTV.com. So long, everybody.